Alright, it's the 5th of May. Just doing a garden update real quick. Fruit trees, garden. Most everything has at least little green buds on them. Some flowers are coming up. Pretty much most of the plums have flowers. This one has a little pink flower. It's closer to white, but it's the Hollywood plum. Burbank tree with the multiple grafts on it. The host tree is just starting to flower, while Superior, which is this graft right here, is just starting to green tip out. It's really late compared to everything else. This is the main tree right there. You see how it's some flowers. They're about 20% for the main tree. This next graft over, which I lost the tag, I gotta look it up. This one is probably, I would say, 90% flowered out with the buds that it has. Senaca, another real late butter. Senaca and Superior, no flower buds. This is Mclaughlin. It's another late one. No buds whatsoever on this graft, but it's starting to green tip out for veg. Some more of the host flowers. This graft in the corner is just loaded with flowers. It's probably the highest density flower graft out there, and it's probably 90–95% flowered out. And then there's one more graft on this tree. This one over here. This one has some flowers, not as many, but it's looks like it's a little bit later, maybe 50%. It's hard to tell. Elephant heart plum. It's probably 40%, 30–40% flowered out. So it's a little bit later. Methley. It's probably 40% of all the flower buds on it. I think that's Redheart plum that was grafted on right there at the notch. That one's probably 50, it's probably closer to 70% flowered out. A couple grass I tried. This is not so hot grass, but they kind of look cooked. They're Byron's yellow plum. This is a Stark 2-in-1. Shiro's on the bottom, and that's probably 70–80% flowered out. Redheart's on the top, not too much on that, but that's probably 80% flowered out. Excuse me. pear tree. Everything's got loose buds on it. It's hard to see because it's above me. But they're all loose clusters. This is the 2-in-1 pear. Looks like the Bartlett has a couple flower buds. Not many. Probably should let them go, but they'll probably fall off on their own. Probably should cut them off. McIntosh. Tree isn't growing too much. I've only found one set of flower buds on it. It looks like it should have had a lot of flowers, but a lot of spurs on it, but not much in the way of flowers. Could possibly be the North Pole right there. Might have a flower. It's hard to tell. More than likely won't, but we'll see. And then this branch right here looks like it's got a flower bud, but yet to see. Lunar banana. It actually has a flower bud right there. Starting to crack open. Emperor Francis. Cherry, no flower buds whatsoever, at least not yet. Nugent, cherry, no flower buds. The end of that branch is dead, but otherwise it's growing okay. This is Stark 2-in-1 cherry. The upper part has a flower bud. Maybe more to come. Right there. If we can focus. But that probably won't come to or amount to anything. This inner branch kind of right here seems like it's not so happy, but there's some green tips on the top, so we'll see. Probably should prune that out anyway. Alright, this is white gold. No flowers. Lots of growth, a little earlier than the rest. This is Craig's Crimson. Just planted it. Doesn't look like a very hot specimen, but it'll probably come around. Here's Mandali, however it's said. It's like the earliest leafing out one. I haven't seen any flowers. But it's about a week or two ahead as far as leaves go. Maybe a week. And then the other cherries. Haven't planted anything here yet. Haven't decided what to do. This is the Saturn peach. Cut that way back. That was that replacement one they sent. This is Hal-Berta. Giant peach. It doesn't have too much in the way of leaves, but it's starting to get a couple here and there. It'll probably survive. Here's my rootstocks. This is test group 1. These ones don't seem to have a lot of roots, so I just kind of buried them, figuring they won't amount to much. Left the tips open. This is Blushing Star Peach. It's got a lot of growth. Well, not a lot, but it's got some growth on the tips. Here's my rootstock test bed 2. Fourth of July peach. It's got a little growth, not a lot, but it's growing. This is that 4-in-1 cherry, was on the other side. It's pretty much dead. It's got a little growth here on the Rainier side, and on the Sam side this bud shows a little promise, but I don't anticipate them lasting long. I think this is a Fuji apple. It's got a little growth going on. There's 2 Liberty Grafts I did yesterday. I did those Saturday. We did those Saturday. Which was what, the 3rd? Here's what's this one? Golden Delicious. It's got a little growth. These are cherries. Cherry grafts. That's Sam from the Dead Tree. That's early Burlap. This is from Mike's tree. This is another, I think this is Red Delicious. It's got some growth, lots of suckering on the roots. I'm going to cut those off at some point here. This is Cortland. It's got, looks like 1 cluster of flowers here. That's about it. This is Empire. It's got flower buds everywhere. It's just covered in flowers. I think it's yellow transparent up top. And that might even have a flower bud right there. It might have a couple flowers on top. We'll see. Saturn peach. This is one of my favorite trees. It's very large, very nice structure. Probably will die, but it has some green tips. You see, it's looks like it's completely girdled all the way around the base. I don't anticipate it doing much. Some of the flowers might flower out. There's only, I think, 5 flowers on it. But after 17 degrees or -17 winter, a couple times, that's pretty impressive. But yeah, it may. You see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. At least 7 flowers, 8. There's a scattering of flowers throughout this tree. This is the 4-in-1. It's all growing okay. The hardy red nectarine. It has a couple flowers. There's one. There's one. Probably 6 flowers on it, maybe. The rest have nothing. I think this is Harkin. It's starting to come out of dormancy. Not sure what this one is. Royal Giant Nectarine. This one's got leaves starting, no flowers. This one, I don't know what this one is. I'll have to tag. I'll have to look it up. This has no flowers. A little bit of green here and there. Double Jewel Flowering Peach is totally dead. It had to have died this winter, but the rootstock may still be alive. I think it's Citation. It looked like it had a little green on it, but this tree, I mean, is totally dead. I haven't found any green on it. Dead, dead. Pear. This is honey sweet pear. Not much growing. The rootstock's growing better. I have to bend that. Tall piece is actually a part of the rootstock. I have to bend that over. Maybe cut it off. Cut off the apple rootstocks. Not much going on with them. They start in tiny buds. Here's the grafted apples. They're doing okay. Improve them. Let's go back over here to the Mona cherry. No flowers on this one, but it's starting to. The buds are just starting to break. The vegetative buds. They're still pretty tight, but it's a good sign. Ozark Premier Plum. It's got quite a few flowers on it. It had a lot of growth last year too. It's probably 50%. That one right there is a rootstock for plum. This one is also a rootstock. It had some flowers, so I left them just for heck of it. This one down here, I think is Senaca.